Hello again.
Hello again. Reporting live from the trenches.
The trenches of Los Angeles in what's sure to be a hot, hot, hot summer.
The fires are crackling.
The cinder tinder,
The
kindling.
The kindling, the kind of murky tint to the sky.
It's going to be a kindling summer.
I feel it.
I know. When I saw just like last weekend, I've noticed like, ew, the air quality is shit and it's kind of brown outside. And then I saw a side of the highway fire. I was like, oh, that's what this summer is going to be.
I think it's going to be a summer of plumes.
It's going to be a summer of smoke, summer of asphyxiation.
Yep. But this is why we come here.
Yeah. We come here.
We live in Hollywood for this magic.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful to just soak up the beautiful vibes.
LA is apparently warning people to not go in the ocean here because there's bacteria.
Where in the ocean is there bacteria?
Where?
Show it to me. Show it to me.
Santa Monica.
Classic.
Ocean water warnings will remain in effect beginning June 18th until further notice. Excessive bacteria and debris can seep from nearby cities, blah, blah, blah.
Santa Monica and Venice specifically are like very dirty.
Santa Monica, Topanga, Sweetwater Canyon, Mother's Beach, Malibu Lagoon, Santa Monica Pier, which is, I swam near the pier, it's cursed.
Yeah. I've like had a syringe float by on the near the pier. I've like had several Band-Aids.
Zuma Beach, Malibu.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically
Malibu's kind of a trashy.
everywhere.
Yeah.
All of our beachfronts are non-swimmable.
They're kind of gross, honestly. Like
They are gross.
you think that they're nice. You think that you're gonna be like a beachy person. It's not like that.
No, like I remember.
It's not like Florida. It's not like the Caribbean. It's not like the Mediterranean.
Or like, the Jersey Shore, the Hamptons.
It's a real like. The vibe is like you walk on the beach or you like look at the beach.
You don't actually go in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember the first time I jumped in when I was visiting here. My friend and I had time to kill. We were here from New York, and we just went in the ocean in our like khaki shorts. It was like that, and the water felt dirty. Felt like a porta potty.
Yeah,
but that's also because we were near the pier.
Any sort of pier energy is.
I mean, I will say there have been a few times where I have been to the beach here, and I've just like gone full steam ahead into the water, and it's really refreshing and nice.
I like Hermosa or like South Bay. I think those
I haven't been
beaches
down
are
there.
nice. My
Laguna.
friends go to Hermosa a lot, and it is like it's really nice.
I think the beaches down there are like genuinely stunning, like gift from God beaches, but it's just
and the water's nicer.
But then you have to like be around the people.
But they're not that bad.
No.
It's kind of like a cool vibe.
Okay.
I think that
I'm not talking about the South Bay. I'm talking about like Orange County.
Oh yeah,
like
but this
deep.
is like South Bay.
Oh.
It's not Orange County. South Bay is like Hermosa,
Okay.
Manhattan Beach.
That looks cool.
Seal Beach.
I want to go there.
Like in between LA and Long Beach.
See, I love Long Beach. I love anything up until
OC.
the Big Dip. The Trench.
But I hear those beaches are nice too.
They're truly jaw-dropping. Like when you are driving through Orange County, I'm being no hate to my Orange County heads, but the beaches are stunning.
Yeah, basically this is like don't swim around storm drains and run off.
Or are people doing that? I guess so, if they have to warn people.
I guess so.
Children? Baby Jessica's?
Baby Jessica is falling in the well. Some people need to be warned.
Aren't there like red tides and stuff? Isn't that?
I don't know.
Anyway. Speaking of like summer drama, this story captivated me. A Maine vacation home. Maine vacation homeowners poisoned their neighbors.
Oak trees?
Yes. Because they were in the way of their ocean Wait, let me double check.
A wealthy CEO who improved the sea view from her $3.5 million Maine vacation home by poisoning her wealthy neighbor's trees faces fresh criminal investigation after paying $1.7 million in fines and settlements.
The picture, they have the two photos of the women. One just says poisoner. The other one says neighbor. They look like truly. This is my dream. This
is
kind of
good drama.
This is great rich person drama. She sprinkled Amelia Bond is the name of the poisoner. She sprinkled 4 pounds of the lethal herbicide tubithiron on trees belonging to Lisa Gorman in 2022 before offering to pay for their removal when they started dying. So that's sick. She poisoned them and then was like, I'll take care of them.
I like where her head's at, but I think this was not thought through.
No.
Because now the state's attorney general is considering charges after the poison leached into a nearby park and beach, uniting residents of Camden and Fury.
I'm obsessed.
This is like, show me a rich person and I'll show you someone who loves to poison things and leach chemicals into like unsuspecting neighboring victims.
The victim neighbor is the widow of the the late LL Bean president. Leon Gorman.
No.
Wow. You are fucking with LL Bean in Maine. That feels like absolute sacrilege.
This is the poisoner.
Yeah, she poisoned Madam LL Bean. And I feel like
Madam Bean,
I feel like in Maine they are all about the bean.
Oh my God.
Right? Am I right?
She looks cool.
She's cool as hell.
Also, like, you have to be pretty sick to poison a tree. Like, trees are like hundreds of years old and you're just gonna go out here and kill a tree.
Yeah.
You're sinister. Bean's having the last laugh here.
Ms. Bean, she had a feeling something was happening when they started withering. And
yeah, if you've like fought over trees and then somehow these like controversial trees die.
So the poisoner apparently appeared sympathetic when the trees were withering, but Gorman, Miss Bean, she had like inklings that something was off, so she hired Bartlett tree experts to look at the trees. They took soil samples which showed 2 oaks had been treated with herbicide, which had been spread to the other trees, including maple, blueberry, and dogwood. So she went and played the part of a concerned neighbor. Like, this is a woman capable of anything.
I know.
This is like if not trees, then what? Like, this woman would kill a person.
If you're down to kill a tree in that way and then be like, oh my God, like,
I'm so sorry.
I saw your trees and they look so sad. I'm like, sorry for you. Like, if you want, I'll remove them.
That is because they're in your way.
She'll kill again.
Just because they're in their way.
She'll kill again.
That is this is crazy to me that she, in like probably the dead of night, she went and spread pounds of poison on gorgeous trees just because she renovated her fucking stuffy old house and wanted that ocean view.
She also made a huge mistake by fucking with another equally rich or richer person than she.
I know.
Because like, the one thing that you do have time to do as an extremely wealthy person is get to the bottom of why these trees randomly died.
And also, more importantly, get litigious.
Yeah. And
rich people love to sue.
They do, but they also like love to call in an expert and pay like $18,000 to figure out why the trees died.
They will call.
They'll enter like
the wealthy
troll game. The white woman troll game goes deep and hard.
The wealthy white woman urge to call in an investigation of
why the trees died
of your arboreal massacre is very strong. Miss Bond is simply just no match for Miss Bean.
And these are also just their vacation homes.
These aren't even their regular homes.
This is second to third to fourth home drama where you're not afraid to spend a pretty penny on experts to figure out why is the vegetation dying over here.
This is like where Martha Stewart has her vacation home in Maine. Like, these people are rich. And one thing Mainers, I believe, are very like, if you fucking kill a tree in Maine, you're done for. And if you fuck with LL Bean, you're
No,
even more
you're
done
fucking
for.
toast.
This woman
She's
thought
gonna
she
be
could
run
come
out of
in here.
Maine.
She's gonna be run out of Maine back to St. Louis. I hope she is.
She bought the poison in St. Louis.
Wait, so she probably was like, it'll be untraceable over state lines. This is a person that should be locked up.
She probably took it on like a private plane.
That's sick. Wait, so
she had to pay $180,000 to resolve like violations.
So this woman who
like children are gonna grow up with like cancer because this woman needed to be able to see the ocean from her house.
To see the cold ice cream headache ocean of Maine. This woman though looked people in the eyes and had conversations with like loved ones, maybe her children, her husband or partner. I could see either way with her. And like in the back of her head was like, I killed a bunch of trees.
I killed these trees.
But
I personally killed them.
But then had combo. Like, imagine having a conversation with someone being like, no, they don't know that I just killed trees because they were in my way.
And I'm going to act like a tree sympathizer.
And I'm going to go be like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear about them. I know that they meant a lot to you. They're so sick.
Also, this town has 5,000 people in it. So now you're the most hated person in this town. You're going to have to sell that vacation home. Like, you're going to have to move.
This broad is cooked in Maine.
Mm-hmm.
Amelia Bond. Look at her. This is the face of someone that kills trees.
Mm-hmm.
That not only kills... I'm not talking about taking like a saw. I'm talking about...
pouring chemicals.
Pouring poison. I'm obsessed with her.
Wow.
I love a salacious summer tale. People who summer.
Yeah. This needs to be like a Ryan Murphy series.
The new Feud.
This is Feud.
Yeah.
Treegate.
Wow.
Like, she's not going to be able to go anywhere in that town ever. She can only be in her house because everywhere she goes, people are going to be like, there's the tree poisoner.
Yeah. Why, like, imagine spending all that money to renovate your beautiful, like, gorgeous woodsy home in Maine and then to just not be able to enjoy it.
You did not think this through, Queen.
No. She got really mad one night and, like, her husband was like, don't do it. Just come to bed. And she's like, I'm doing it.
She needed a moment of let's research mama and figure out other ways.
She needed that gay.
She needed a gay to be like, don't do it.
Yeah. Let's do Tina instead.
This is also, yeah, she needed just like a P&P night.
Because this is methy. This is sort of methy, maybe without the meth.
Maybe if she had meth, she wouldn't be poisoning.
Yeah. Sometimes meth is good.
Yeah.
Sometimes meth can stop rich people from poisoning their neighbors' trees because they're in their way of the ocean.
This is a moment where instead of poisoning the vegetation and leaching forever chemicals into the ground,
do meth.
You just do some drugs, like maybe freebase something or take like a few Percocets or blow off some steam with wine, like a little ketamine. Like, this is a time to get experimental and like let go of your anger around these trees. And then just ask nicely in an email, do you mind trimming them?
Literally all she could have done. I hope those trees haunt her like Marley and Marley style and like come to her at night. She hears like...
To be haunted by trees, I would never...
I won't fuck with trees.
I would never kill a tree.
They're
ancient.
They're ancient and they know things and they're like... They
have their ears to the ground.
They listen and they talk.
They do.
They talk to each other. They
gossip. They all communicate.
They know about us.
If there's one thing I want the trees to know, it's that I respect the hell out of them.
Because they will remember.
Mm-hmm.
The trees remembered that. And
Nature remembers when you're an asshole.
Miss Bond is marked.
I'm ready to send some bees her way to teach her a thing or two. I need to like get a bee army together.
Yeah. Well, to Miss Bond, I say,
fuck you.
Fuck you and God have mercy on your soul.
She's like, now I have to go vacation in like the Hamptons.
Yeah.
Like, I was looking forward to Maine, but everyone hates me in Maine.
I know. To get chased out of Maine, you have to do... That's like a... Yeah.
She could have easily just like scored some heroin there.
She could have been the hottest bitch in Maine, but instead, now she's a herbicide maniac.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of maniacs, I'm Carey.
I'm Lara.
And you're listening to
Sexy Unique Podcast.
Beltway Broads.
Beltway Bitches.
Beltway Bitches. We'll do that. I wrote, not Oasis Vineyards. So we open on the Salahi Vineyard of Horrors. The dead, tattered acres of nothingness surrounding a kind of drab, like
fields,
new style chateau house.
Michaele says, people think I'm in my 30s, but I'm old. I'm 44.
She goes, I'm 44.
Did I just say that?
Did I just say that?
Oh.
Tarq leaves her downstairs and he goes, okay. He's like, I have a bunch of things for you, but this is the first of many gifts. Come over here. And Michaele's like, oh, what are you getting me? Oh my God, what is this? And some guy is there and he has just like an assortment of like things that I feel like fell off a truck.
Yeah, I was trying to get eyes on like the brands associated with this, but I feel like some of them were blurred out. And then I was like, is this just stuff that's already in her closet that he like pulled out of her closet and is like gifting to her?
Yeah, in her head she's like, I think I remember this one. I don't really know, but I won't say anything.
I feel like that's what this is. It just came to me right now because like the way it's like laid out or something, I'm not trusting it.
Yeah. He goes, okay, you can pick one thing. It's like a handbag, some shoes.
But then she's like, oh, I need everything. She goes, this is every girl's dream. And this is a must have with a purse. And then she amasses a pile of goods. But I was also like, I want a gifting suite I want to come downstairs on my birthday and have entered a gifting suite meant just for me. But
when that gifting suite is things that you just saw that morning in your closet, that's like...
When that gifting suite is you planned with your husband to fabricate a gifting suite made out of already the clothes that you own and the shoes that you own and a purse that you've had for years, I'm not interested in that.
She goes, oh my God, you spoiled me. Oh my God. And he goes, well, get ready because you have another thing coming. And she goes, oh, Tarq, what? Oh my God, Tarq spoils me so much. I can't believe this. And they go outside and there's a like kind of sad looking horse just there. And it looks like a horse again that they already have.
Yeah, I'm not buying that any of this stuff is new.
And she goes, what is this? And he goes, here's a horse for you, my love.
They fully planned this.
Yeah.
They fully said, like, what can we do? Like, we need to shoot a scene. Your birthday's coming up. And he's like, I'll do like a lavish gifting ceremony for Michaele. Also, she's like, doesn't ride horses. So why would you get her a horse? She doesn't even like horses.
She looks so uncomfortable. She gets up on the horse and she's silent. And she goes, this is so great. Thank you so much.
Wow, a horse.
Wow, a horse. And he goes, do you have any idea what you want to name her? And she's silent for like 10 seconds. And she goes, Sparkle. He goes, Sparkle? And she goes, yeah.
Yeah, Sparkle.
Sparkle, that's it. And he goes, just like you. I was like, oh my God.
This is my dream birthday scenario, but I need it all to be real and new.
Yeah, that's a horse that they have like tied around the back.
That was a horse that like was lent to them, like walked over by that person that morning.
I think she was like, okay, I'm aware of the free like gifting suite ruse, but she didn't know about the horse because she seemed very uncomfortable. She's like, I've seen this one before.
Yeah, that's like a horse that they've like owned for years.
Sparkle.
I love when he goes, it also is like made even more clear that it's a fake ass horse because he's like, do you have any idea what you're going to name it? And in that moment, you can tell she's like, name it. Its name is fucking like Bob. And
I know.
Then she's like, Sparkle.
I know. Its name is like, all the horses are like named.
It's like Lefty Two Shoes.
Yeah. They're all like.
Lefty Indiana.
Yeah. It's literally always like some two named fuckery.
It's like Tennessee Basket.
Sparkle.
Prince. Sparkle.
He goes, okay, we're going to ride it.
Who's crazier, Michaele or Tarq? Tarq is really like
he's like a little Norman Batesy.
He even like shocks her with the levels of crazy because she's down to clown. Like I believe she's down to clown with the gifting suite, but then like he'll shock her with like a horse that they've like interacted with for the past 20 years, and then ask her any idea what you want to name your new horse and put her on the spot.
Tarq is like kind of he's this sort of grifter that's like dangerous. Because he'll go to any length.
He has no scruples.
I think
he'll push he's pushing the boundaries constantly.
Michaele seems codependent, so she'll go along with it, and she wants to we'll get to it.
Isn't she married to like the lead singer of Journey now?
She's married to like the lead guitarist of Journey, and they have this. All they do is go on tour, and they just are like rock stars.
She seems like she's well suited to like a rock star life.
No, he's so rich, and they just go on vacations constantly, and she's finally living the actual rich life she deserves. They had an affair before Tarq.
I'm so happy that she got her fairy tale ending after all, because we'll see she comes from humble beginnings. Lynda's with her assistant.
Casey, Lynda's assistant, somehow looks like she's 14.
I know.
Linda's like, one day she'll be the mother of my grandchildren.
I was like, Lynda, you're breaking child labor laws.
I wrote Lynda is a mix of Daniel Staub and Ramona.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she looks like.
Totally. She's in her 2000s era decor ass condo, sitting in like rope chairs.
She wants to sell the condo.
The condo simply isn't working out. I need a house. And she's having like Casey, the 13-year-old, look over like real estate.
Mm-hmm. She goes, it's just not big enough in here. And then they pan out, and the apartment's like
above, cavernous.
It's like above like it's like one of those apartments that has like restaurants below it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think it's like a hotel apartment or something.
Yeah.
She's positively Madam Web in those chairs.
She is. Back in old Virginia, Mary's big penthouse of dog hair. She comes downstairs, and her housekeeper, Rosa, is sweeping up all the Burmese dogs' giant clumps of hair. And she comes down, and Mary goes, "Hola, Rosa. Hola." And Rosa's literally like, "Hi."
She goes, since Rosa doesn't understand English very well, I speak Spanish to her.
And I'm like, I feel like Rosa does speak English, and she just doesn't want to speak to you.
The Spanish she speaks to her is like, limpia la casa. She's like, limpia la casa, por favor.
She's like, muy messy. And Rosa's like, yeah. Like, Rosa clearly is like...
She's like, caca.
Rosa's like, I'm from Delaware, you bitch.
I grew up here. She goes, Kona, muy messy. Oh, Rosa, what would I do without you?
She goes, Lolly brought her Burmese mountain dog home to live with us, and she sheds like crazy.
Kona's really cute.
She is, but I would be really upset too.
Of all that hairballs?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Well, can't you just get a Dyson and just like...
sweep it up, bitch.
Yeah, like, I don't understand.
Take a little...
Also, take Kona to the groomer.
I know.
Mary hates Kona.
She does.
Kona's a divisive force.
We go over to Kat's
That's
weird rental house. It looks like it's like a weird Victorian cottage. I just wrote her vibes are just rancid. But I'm obsessed with her.
She's a star.
Her daughters are mean.
I don't
like her daughters.
Really?
Yeah.
They're being groomed to be little meanies by their bitch of a mother. Kat's going. She's like, oh, she goes, cocktail hour. Come on, girls. Can you believe I was asked to go ride a horse with Michaele?
She goes, she made me pinky swear. And the girls go, pinky swear, mother? That's positively insane.
Her daughter, she goes, can you imagine me on a horse going riding? And her daughter goes, Mom, you on a horse? Oh my gosh. Kat goes, can you imagine?
I'm like, who? These are not your peers. They're your kids. She talks to them like they're her like her ladies that she like.
She's like, we're going
with.
Shopping later. Can you imagine?
She's so silly. She made me pinky swear. We haven't done that since I was a child.
Then Kat takes her walks herself over to lunch with Mary at a restaurant where Lolly works.
I thought that was cute.
That was cute. I like Mary going, to Lolly's restaurant and leaving her like a tip of like $500.
Lolly's literally, she's like, "Hi, honey, how are you?" And Lolly's like, "I'm fine." And she hides from her mom. And then the server comes over and pours some wine, and Kat goes, "Can I have some more wine, please?" And then he does, and she goes, "The wine's right there."
She meets Mary for lunch. She goes, "God, I've just got roped into a pinky promise. This is such an irritating thing you and Americans do. Anyways, a pinky promise to go riding, which you should come too." And then Mary like kind of glazes over that, and she goes, "What, you're just gonna glaze over it like I didn't say anything? Come on, you're gonna ride?" And she like forces Mary to be like, "Fine, I'll go riding with you. Can I have more wine, please? Wine's over there."
Wine's over there. I was like, oh.
She goes, "Lolly, get over here. Lolly, you're 23 with a dog, I hear. Can you imagine?
23, no boyfriend, with a dog, back at home.
Back at home, broke.
Back at home, broke.
Now you're working at this restaurant."
Working at this. How does this feel to you?
She's very LVP
It
school of
Negging.
therapy. Yeah, where they narrate the worst parts of your life back to you.
She goes, "Come on, give me a kiss." And she goes, "Your mother loves you." And then she walks away, and then Mary writes her like a $600 tip, and she goes, "Oh, look at you, spoiled daughter so much. You're one of those mothers.
She's going to walk all over you."
She's going to walk all over you if you don't discipline her. I say, spare the rod, beat the child.
I say, make them beg for it.
I say, children should be seen and not heard.
I say, put them on the street, see if they come back with a fortune.
I say, Hansel and Gretel style, let them out in the woods and see what happens.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine?
I love, can you imagine?
Can you imagine a pinky swear what
Pinky
you
swear,
Americans?
you silly Americans, it's such an irritating thing you all do.
Michaele is like walking down the street, and she's like, she looks like this. Walking down.
Gumby.
Yeah, she walks to Paul Wharton's apartment. And he goes, "I hear you got a new horse. You named it Sparkle?" And Michaele goes, "Yeah."
Yeah, Sparkle. I don't even ride, but like, I love a horse.
"I do love a horse." She goes, "So let's think about your birthday. I want to host your birthday party. Sounds really fun."
Paul is the toast of the town gay, and the women are positively vying to throw him an event.
But he's chosen Michaele because he's like, "I love this messy bitch."
Yeah, he goes, "I love this skinny whore."
She goes, "Let me do it. I want to help. I'll find a really good place for you. It'll be great. Let me do it." And he's like, "Lynda will be upset because she threw my last party." And she's like, "Yeah, well, it's my turn now.
It's my turn. We're going to have a big party. It's going to be great."
And she just keeps going like this. "Yeah."
What's going through her head?
I think she's like under incredible stress. I think she knows the house is caving in. The walls are coming down. They're completely broke. She has no money.
She just literally fake shopped at her own. her own shoes were gifted back to her. They like hired an actor to pretend he was like a personal shopper bringing her goods, when really it was like the gardener came and posed as a personal shopper, and she shopped her own closet and then was given like a 38-year-old horse on its deathbed.
She's hitched her wagon to this like baron of lies, and she's seeing her life imploding, and she's like, "I should have married the lead singer from Journey when I had the chance." Stacie's so darked out by Kat, but she's like, I think she's like also morbidly curious, so she's like, "I'm gonna keep bringing this girl around."
She's like, "What the fuck is up with this bitch?" She goes, she tells her husband that she wants to have a big Sunday family dinner at her Aunt Frances's house and like invite all the girls, and especially Kat. And her husband's like, "Jesus Christ, but you do you, doll."
He's like, "Good luck to you."
And she's like, "Don't worry, I will." And gets on her little BlackBerry and starts punching in numbers. And she calls Kat.
And Kat's like, "Oh, I'd love to go. It sounds amazing.
Darling, I'd love to go for dinner. Delicious.
Sounds delicious.
Wonderful. I'll be there.
Can't wait to meet your Aunt Frances on Sunday."
Mary and Kat
drive out to the Salahi Vineyard of Horrors, and they're driving through like a corporate park outside of DC, and Mary just goes,
See that right there? See that building? She goes, my grandfather had the option to buy all this land.
it's like a cheesecake factory and like Lockheed Martin, and Kat just goes, wow.
She goes, can you even believe? And then Kat's like, how do you know Michaele? You've known her for a long time now.
And she goes, yeah, Michaele used to be my makeup artist.
She goes, she used to be a makeup counter girl at the Trish McAvoy at my Nordstrom. And I was like, you loved saying that just now.
She goes, yeah. So yeah, well, I could say Michaele's traded up in her positions in life.
Oh, yes.
She's changed.
Michaele has definitely changed her station in life. Mary with her bangles and her big silver like Lincoln Navigator.
She's chugging wine spritzer out of her giant.
Just fucking just
yeah,
hammered.
One of her little, what are those called? Like, what are these called?
Like a water bottle.
Yeah.
She would have like a Stanley cup full of like wine.
Yeah. They get to, it's also freezing out. They get to the vineyard and Tarq and Michaele are waiting on like this weird picnic blanket with like,
they love putting like a blanket out to make it seem like things are happening. But it looked like the horses weren't even in their barn. Like they were trucked in on like a trailer because they're all lined up by a trailer.
They walk up and Michaele's wearing like a cute like equestrian outfit. And Kat goes, wow, look at you. You told us to wear jeans. Look at you all dressed up.
She was, and you right there, you're in Jodhpurs. And meanwhile, you told all of us casual jeans.
She goes, what is with that? She was like, that's unbelievable. I love it. Look at you. So funny. And Michaele's immediately about to cry.
Well, it's polo. He's a polo player.
Yeah.
I got to support. Got to have the polo support.
Gotta
horseback riding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just what I do.
I think whenever Mary's around, Michaele wants to cry because she knows Mary used to see her as like only sees her as the counter girl at Nordstrom.
Mm-hmm. She's very like she might have traded up her station in life, but she'll never be Mary.
Mm-mm. So they ride a little.
Polo looks hard as fuck.
Kat whacks the ball and it made me laugh. And Mary, when they whack the ball and it's like beep.
Mary goes, I grew up riding. But bet you did.
Yeah.
I also was like excited for them because I thought that the riding was going to be like a trail ride or like a horseback riding lesson, not like
polo.
Loser Tarq riding them around, making them hit polo balls.
I know. Take us for a little trot through the like.
Take us around your property. How about?
Yeah. Well, they probably don't want them to see everything.
I'll bet they don't even like necessarily live there.
Well, they say they're like, we're going to taste some wine now. And they give them beer.
He brings out glasses and he goes, this is, how about 4 glasses of Oasis Chardonnay? And they take a sip. And I noticed even before they sipped, I was like, that's some frothy.
Kat goes, this isn't. She goes, it's not Chardonnay, it's beer. She goes, look at the froth. Tried to trick us. And he goes, yes, I was giving you the test.
He literally was trying to trick them. Mm-hmm. He was trying to pull the fake horse stunt on these ladies with the beer.
Michaele goes, well, the barn can't hold enough of our wine because we have so much. So we just thought beer would be more appropriate.
And if we wanted wine, we'd have had to go up the street. So, like, what?
Yeah, to a Whole Foods to get wine. I think you're right. I think they might not even live there.
I get the feeling that they don't because it's like, why are the horses were brought in like a trailer?
Yeah.
And then like you have this blanket, you like set it up to look a certain way, but it looks like you just brought everything to this particular spot.
Because you know how like in Sonoma, like the winery headquarters like always kind of look like a house or something. I feel like that house that they're living in is actually like for the public. Like for guests to come in and like, you know what I mean? And I think
is it even a functional winery? Because I'm telling you, they don't even have grapes at some point.
No, they don't have wine, and they're all uneasy because they know that Mary and Kat know that they're full of shit, and they're giving them beer at a winery. It's bizarre.
Kat goes, I can't let you get away with it.
He says, You're gonna have to.
You can't pull one over on me, giving me beer.
She's let me go.
Crazy American thing to do.
Crazy.
Can you imagine?
Beer at a winery. This is unbelievable. It's frothy. Let me go look.
That froth, don't. I had one eye on that froth.
She goes, let me go look. I want to go see if there's froth over here. She goes, oh, no horses. I think it's like a bed and breakfast. I think it's something like they're lying about this whole thing. I think that's why they live in hotels. Because they're basically
I think
homeless.
they like they like drive out to where they say their house is
And
in
then
a
stay-
limo, and they film themselves walking out of the door and into a limo and drive back to like a hotel that they're living at.
Yeah, they go to like an Embassy Suites.
There has to be like a deep dive on the two of them
Well, I think there was like an investigation when
they
did.
crashed the White
Yeah,
House.
when that all comes up to light. But I think that they were proven to be like just penniless, like.
Yeah, I feel like
Social
Vanity Fair
climbers.
might have said something. I'm going to
Yeah.
look into it. Michaele's planning Paul's party. Lynda threw the last one, his big 30th. And so Michaele is like meeting with a bunch of like party planners at the venue.
She walks in and she goes, "Paul's party!" And she's sitting with Paul's publicist. I'm like, okay.
I love this approach to party planning where she goes, yeah, Lynda, she threw the last one and that was really nice. But Paul said, you know, she could only have 25 people. And Paul thought that was very hurtful because it was just there was not enough people.
And she goes, and I understand Linda's was like sort of like a banquet style, like serve yourself.
So
So
a buffet.
buffet. I don't want to do that. I want it to just be lots of people.
Basically, she's like, anything Lynda did, we're not doing that.
She said just fill the restaurant with literally any Tom, Dick, and Harry that RSVP.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys figure it out.
And you can see
I love it. It was really hurtful.
And it was just so hurtful to Paul.
really, really upsetting. And you see the publicist be like,
She's spinning yarns.
yeah. I don't think she's a born liar, though. I think she's learned to lie.
I don't think she's even learned to lie that well because everything you can tell when she's saying something fake or when she's like hiding something.
Tarq is that like level of delusion where like lying just is like
Second nature.
and it can be absurd and you can know he's lying, but it just feels so natural to him that you're like it's effortless and you're like, you know what? Just lie.
I give Michaele like a huge pass.
Yeah.
I just love her so much.
Michaele, Je suis Michaele.
She has like, remember she recorded a single?
No.
And she recorded a single and I think she performed it either on Watch What Happens Live or like
Oh my
Good Day
God.
LA. We'll find it.
Stacie heads over to her Aunt Frances's house, and she is the best friend of her mom who passed away when Stacie was only 13. So Aunt Frances like took her under her wing and like was basically her mom. And every Sunday she would have dinner for her Stacie and her dad. So it's very traditional, and they go over and they're excited, and it just is like a cold Sunday.
And she does like Southern cooking.
Yeah.
Spectacular. Like fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, collard greens.
Lynda's very excited to come.
Lynda's a Southern girl.
She's like, as a Southern girl, she goes, I love soul food. I'm so excited for Aunt Frances's. I can't wait to be there.
Kat shows up before anyone.
Kat comes walking up like rickety dicky. She walks like the. That's how she walks.
She comes in and she's like immediately put off by like everyone there. And she
Because
goes,
they're not white.
yeah, she goes, I'd love a drink,
She goes, I'd love a drink.
please.
Please. Could someone get me a drink?
And she goes and like, it's like, serve yourself, like just take whatever. Like
Yeah.
there's drinks on the table, like make yourself at home.
Aunt Frances like, there's a bar out back. Go give it yourself. And then
Yeah.
you see Kat and she's sniffing she's going. She has and she takes out a thing of whiskey and she starts sniffing it. And then Paul comes in. Thank God Paul's there.
Yeah.
And Kat immediately goes up to him. She goes, good Lord. She goes, good God, I just opened a bottle of wine that looked like it was 100 years old. She goes, that's why I switched to whiskey. Paul's like, huh. And everyone can hear what she's saying.
So bizarre. She was, I'm not going to put myself out, make myself uncomfortable. It's
Mhm.
like, you just have like a little bit of like social grace.
She goes, I'm not going to get myself sick in order to acquiesce and please people.
No one asked that of you.
No one wants you to.
Also, just like, don't drink then.
She went,
I love being
I love a
like,
drink.
I love going to like like a soul food gathering that's like family style and being like, the wine here just isn't up to par.
Yeah. Sniffing everything.
Open a bottle of wine that was 100 years old.
I just opened a bottle of wine that was 100 years old. I can't believe this place.
God, that vibe at like a party is a true get the fuck away from me.
It's like, it's February and it's 6 p.m. on a Sunday.
Yeah, have a beer or
Yeah.
just like have some water. My God.
Chill out. Like, you go back
Like
to
an elderly woman just cooked an entire feast.
Yeah.
And invited you to her house and is like feeding you. Can you just back the fuck off?
Good God, this bottle of wine was 100 years
My
old.
good fucking God.
It's like, go back to the pub.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, who are you?
Go
back
home and uncork a fat bottle.
Go away. Go back to
To Britain.
Go back to Leeds.
Cotswolds. There's nothing like the Cotswolds.
Stacie's, and then Mary and her husband come over, so like everyone's arrived, and Stacie's husband Jason takes Iban, and Rich down into the basement den, kind of to pitch them on stuff. I was like, what is happening?
I was really
This was really
confused
horny.
too. It was incredibly horny.
He basically is like, I have a patent. He's basically, I think he's trying to get them to invest.
Me
And he's
too.
like, I have a patent for a penis measuring advice. And immediately Iban and Rich are like, what?
Rich goes, is this the point where the white guy leaves the conversation?
Yeah, and they're like, no, stay. But basically, and he explains this whole thing, and it's like very homoerotic kind of. And
But it's also like, why would one need a penis measuring device?
And he goes, look at me. He's like, I have like size 14 feet. And then Rich keeps being like, Jesus Christ. Like, he's
like, I have a tiny little Catholic dick.
Yeah, he's like, what about white Irish Catholic boys?
Yvonne goes, it's a little uncomfortable to be sitting with these guys talking about penis.
Yeah, he's like,
talking about penis.
He's like, you can ask Lynda how big mine is. Like, I was just like, what is this about? It was, I mean, I liked watching it. It was fun.
But why do you, I was failing to understand the allure of a machine or a device that like measures your penis length.
Because guys
like
to know.
But can't you just get hard and measure it with a tape measure like a normal person?
But I guess I don't know.
You want to like
I don't.
You want to do guys? Is it the masculine urge to put your soft dick on like a device and then have like the volume of your penis read back to you and like you want to know the mass of it?
Yeah.
Can't you just get like one of those little food measuring things?
Or what are those like ancient scales and just put your dick up on it? Flop your dick on? I mean, guys like to just...
Do you want to be like, oh, I have a small dick, but it's massively voluminous. Like it's
my volume is huge.
My volume is like 89.
I think guys want to be like, my dick looks kind of mid, but my volume is thunderous.
They're like, it's
you would
mass.
not believe the scale, like in proportion to what it is. The volume is outrageous.
I need to know. Like, there are men that would want to know this, but I don't think Rich and Ebong are the guys to like pitch on it.
Yeah.
Rich is like, I'm never fucking again. I have 5 kids. Like,
Yeah.
I need
He's like, I'm in
less
Catholic
sex in
hell.
my life. And then
Ebong's
Ebong's
just
like, I have a huge rod. So,
And-
like, I don't have need to know the volume.
Yeah, it's like a weird. Guys just like to stick their dicks and stuff and have it like squeeze the dick and like.
And
Guys-
tell you a fact about your dick.
Guys just want to put their dicks in like holes.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, maybe next time Jason will find his captive audience to invest in his device.
Back up at the table, Jason is sitting next to Kat, and he asks Kat if she's ever had collard greens, and she's literally speechless. Like, she cannot. He just is like, "Have you ever had this food?" Kat
She goes,
does not say a word. She goes, She doesn't answer him. That was bizarre.
she goes, oh, yeah, yes.
Yes.
Oh,
She doesn't eat a single thing.
She goes, none for me, please.
No.
What the fuck is
None for
wrong
me.
with you?
She goes, wow. And she goes, I felt a little out of place. And she goes, it was really not my kind of scene. What?
A scene.
A scene?
This is just a family
It's an elderly
gathering.
woman's nice home on Sunday, like a family dinner. What
This is
the
like a
fuck
delicious dinner
are you talking about?
amongst like kind people who just want to feed you
Yeah.
like food.
You idiot.
A scene.
It's
I
not
love-
really my
This
scene.
not this simply isn't my scene. It's not
She-
swinging London.
She gets out. Yeah, she's like,
She goes up to Francis. She goes, "I've got to hit the road. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Thank you so much. Thank you."
and then she leaves. And Francis goes, bye.
Everyone's like,
There's
what
like,
in the hell?
there's an entire meal on her plate. She's like, gotta go bye.
I love. Have you ever had these?
And he looks at her kind of like, what?
Bitch.
And she slithers away like and kind of quietly, but as if no one's gonna see her.
I have so much to do tomorrow. I got here ages before all of you. I've spent lots of time. Yummy, delicious. What is going on?
Yeah. Well,
Do you think she's just terrified of black people?
I'm not sure. I mean it feels very
I'm like,
overt.
if you like America, you would like this because this is like a very American style meal.
yeah.
And like an
I think
American
she's-
thing to do.
I think she's feeling. Yeah, I think she felt self-conscious probably because she knew she made an ass of herself at Stacie's dinner. And she's probably like, why is she inviting me again? And now she's like,
You can't just like strike up a conversation and
No.
ask. You can't just like literally when you're in a situation where you feel uncomfortable, you just can switch into question mode and ask people like a million questions about themselves.
I think it's a mixture of racism and also just like complete
It's snobbery.
snobbery and just like, she's also just like a buffoon.
Wine is 100 years old.
Wine is 100 years old. It's not really
Good
my
Lord.
scene. It's not my scene.
Not my scene.
She's like afraid of, I don't know. I think it was a mix of things. But she's at the end of the day,
Green.
she's an imbecile. What?
Have you ever had anything like this?
Like I don't. Yeah, it's like she's 2 months into living in America, and she's like
Petrified.
petrified.
Simply petrified to be around black people. She goes, it's not my scene.
It's not my scene. I have to
Good God,
God,
lady.
go home.
I'm like, buckle the fuck up.
yeah,
Because
this is America.
that's America.
Idiot. Go back to fucking swinging London. She's like, it's certainly not Oxford Street.
Certainly not Piccadilly Square.
Piccadilly Square is
Piccadilly Circus.
piss.
She goes, I've never been further away from a Harrods in my life.
She was
God.
time. She
Can
was,
you
I
imagine?
have to make a stop in Old Soho. Paul is
Stacie's not impressed with Kat. She immediately takes a group of people into the basement to shit talk.
and they're all like, what the fuck was that? And they're like, I think she's uncomfortable. I think there's probably, it felt very macro-aggressive, and microaggressive.
She says, I think she's really uncomfortable being around like majority black people.
And they're like, well, welcome to our life.
And they're like, yeah, probably. And then Paul's like, I like her, but I just think she can't connect.
Yeah,
It was like, again, you guys are really nice.
I know.
It's so funny to see this versus like how this would be treated now on a reality show where it would be like the end of the line made into like a 20 episode plot point that like gets beaten to death.
But I like seeing someone like squirm and like
Oh,
have her
absolutely.
like have Kat make an ass of herself and show that she's like
An idiot.
an idiot. And I think Stacie is being way more graceful than she needs to be with Kat. But I like that it's like she's setting herself up to look like a dick.
Yeah.
Instead of being like removed from the equation and pretending like it didn't happen. It's like, no, this person exists. And she's
Chance after chance.
chance after chance.
Not my scene.
Not my scene. Gotta get out
Goodbye.
of here.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
I was like, I'd be there. I was starving watching.
I would be the plate that I would fill.
I've never been to someone's house and just not like I eat everything that like I'm literally like I have like thirds.
No, I realized like I need to like watch my first round of plate because
Yeah.
like my my process when it comes to like a family style or a buffet is I don't rarely do I even need seconds because the plate that I load up on the first round is truly heaps.
Yeah.
I go fucking heaps mode. I go, you gonna eat that?
I do too. And I have and I always like feel a little shame, but the person usually hosting is like, good for you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, thanks.
Wait, someone. Oh my God. Just remembered. When I was at the Sphere for Dad and Company, the first night that we got there, it was like, we got there like a little bit early, but I was starving. And so I went and got like a thing of chicken fingers and French fries. And, oh, no. No, that was the first night. The third night, we went there and I was hungry and we went and got like pizza slices and then we also got French fries and I got a bunch of like ketchup and I was just having myself like a little feast of this like delicious pizza and French fries. And I was just like went into like silent eat mode. Like I wasn't so like I was like laughing at what people were saying, but I was more concerned about feeding.
Yeah.
And a guy standing next to me, I like struck up a conversation with just like a random guy next to me and he goes, "You're a big eater. I like that." And I was like, "Thank you."
That's literally it's a mix
The
of
amount of times though I've been told by men specifically that I'm a big eater are like a lot.
it's a mixture of all right and also
I was like,
this.
not no.
And then also
well, I was like, you're lucky you're saying this to me, Captain, because like I can take a hit like that, but like damn. It's like I am a big eater.
you're like, you're lucky we're in a public place because
I went to like lunch with like an ex-boyfriend once and it was at Lemonade. R.I.P. I guess Lemonade's gone now. I don't know. But that's also a place where you could go like kind of cafeteria style eatery. And as I was like getting my stuff, he looked at my tray. He goes, "Big lunch." And I was like, God damn.
fuck. I've had people say stuff like that.
Literally
to me.
getting every few years getting called out by a man just like commenting on my big eating.
Men love to call out big appetites.
They love it. But I think they're appreciative of it. What? I like a big lunch. I'm a big lunch.
Yeah, I guess they're like,
because you're a big eater. You're a
like,
good
you're
eater.
like a dude.
Sure am. That would be me
That's
at Aunt Francis's BBQ. I would be getting a big eater comment.
That's also, I mean, that's better than when this guy I was seeing goes, "You sweat a lot."
Yeah, I don't like that.
I was about to take.
That's a debt.
That's
debt the best.
Paul is getting ready at the Four Seasons for his birthday party. He's getting glam. I love him. He's just literally just being like, everyone's doing his hair. He's just like, you know that he has all the connections in town and he helps everyone. So when he needs a favor, everyone like just calls it in for him.
Yeah, and he's also like stylist, so he just gets to like be with women while they shop, which is a fun job. And Michaele apparently told him like, meet at the Four Seasons and we'll glam. And then she just does not show.
And he's like, I feel like I'm being stood up for a date. He keeps calling her and he's like, where is she? I was like, she's free racing in the Vineyard. Like, truly, what is
They're
she
trying
doing?
to like jumpstart the limo at the Vineyard.
It was kind of giving Kim Richards vibes of like, where is she?
It's weird. She's like dealing, like her and Tarq are having like a knockdown drag out fight about finances.
Something was up.
They're fighting about that fake horse.
The horse got out. Maybe the horse like got hit by a car and they were like renting it and they have to like, no, they're being sued. Or
he's like, you just said that we'll pay for a huge party and I literally am in $100,000 of credit card debt.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Sorry.
It's Paul.
It's just Paul, though.
It's Paul's birthday.
We cut to Lynda and before she goes to Paul's birthday, she's at a casting and she's looking through all these headshots and she's going, she has a huge neck. She looks like a linebacker and she needs her teeth filed down. Fuck.
Jesus
She goes, but
Christ.
she's a beautiful girl. She's just not a model.
She's a beautiful woman, not a model. I love a huge neck.
Huge neck, knees her teeth filed down. And they show the girl.
They showed her teeth.
I was like, damn.
Lynda has
Linda's
an eagle
brutal.
eye.
Huge neck, linebacker, fang teeth.
She goes, well, when your industry is down by 38%, you've got to figure some things out. I was like, yeah, maybe hire some of these people as models. Miss DC modeling agent.
She goes, we are the top modeling agency in town. Below DuPont Circle.
Like, what?
I have no idea.
What?
I guess, is she talking about
Castings?
the recession?
I guess, but I would think that a recession would mean more models.
Maybe those models are like, I gotta get a job that pays.
I'm confused.
I'm confused too.
Maybe they're like, I'm going to go try and model in New York, not Washington, D.C.
I know.
Like, Washington, D.C.
At
is...
least LA. My God.
I mean, Chicago even over...
Yeah.
Like, I've never heard of such a thing as being like, I'm going to D.C. to try my hand at modeling.
I love that show.
And that's when I left to go... And that's when I moved to D.C. to really try and make it as a model.
Like The Hills, but in DC, from a girl who moved from like Indiana to DC.
Mm-hmm.
Paul's birthday party is a little bleak.
I thought it was well attended.
Not the attending part, just like, I don't know, just the whole like...
I don't like Michaele and Tarq being there.
I'm screaming at the Salahis arrive in a white limo with a police escort.
That
And I
was
was
an
like-
absolute screech for me.
And I was thinking like the policeman pulled them over probably because the limo probably was...
The limo was
had an
broken
expired
down in the
tag.
middle of the highway with like expired tags and an untraceable like registration.
But they put a sticker on it that said Polo Club or something.
There's this polo sticker.
And the policeman was like, they were like, please.
Michaele was like, please, officer, could you just escort us, please? Please, please, please. I'll do anything you want.
They're like, tow us in.
Tow us.
They probably... Everything they do is fake.
It's truly it's like
They've like rented a cop car.
Yeah,
This is like a prop cop car.
they have no engine in the limo. It's fully being pulled like
It's by a
Trojan
wire.
horse style,
Mm-hmm.
creaked through all the streets of Washington D.C.
Paul arrives and he sees Michaele and he like hugs her and he's like, I was waiting for you in the room. Like, where were you? And she goes, oh, my mind was on a million different things and my phone was blowing up today, mostly about this. Like, again, just dodges the question, won't answer it.
The IRS was calling her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like an FBI agent tailing her.
Oh, happy and health. I'm happy and I'm healthy.
Happy and healthy. That's the biggest problem.
She has this hint of Lisa Barlow.
Yes.
That's what it is.
She's a breathier Barlow.
Yeah.
Smokier.
More untethered.
I think you're
Barlow.
going to say more non-binary.
She's NB. No, but more. She's more like head in the clouds.
She was meant to be like a trophy wife who's like great to have. Like what she's doing now, traveling around, meeting people,
Yeah.
like supporting the husband
Yeah.
is like perfect for her.
Lynda comes and she says that Tarq and Michaele don't pay their bills. So she says what she's been building up to saying the last 2 episodes, that they're fucking broke.
Yeah. She talks to Charles about his job and I was like, he does have a fascinating job. And it is actually insane that he agreed to be on the show.
I know. Cat.
And then there was a New York Times article that you sent me from like 2010, like after the show aired, where it was like talking about how he's into doing the show's the biggest regret of his life.
Yeah, he's like, I got a divorce and I was on the show. Like, I have this stain on me.
I was like, welcome to Bravo, my man.
Basically, every episode ends with someone going, George Bush was really a great guy.
He goes, his public persona was a disaster, but he was wonderful. And Linda's like, he was a wonderful man.
Like,
But I think in DC, you just have to say that about every president.
yeah.
Like, you don't, Like, you don't shit talk presidents back
Yeah.
then. Like, you're just like, he is lovely, because you just don't know who you're gonna mingle with and meet and who you're gonna want to favor from. So it's like
court.
Hollywood in that way, where you're like, you just are fake and kind of like, he is lovely.
Well, they're like courtesans. They're all like, they're all sort of just, you have to play the game and you have to be completely neutral in public, because then you won't book your DC modeling gigs.
You won't get your escorts hired for the big foreign dignitaries dinner.
It's the state dinner at the White House for
You won't be able to traffic
Romania.
escorts
Yeah.
to like Dubai to
Yeah.
go work on yachts. I wonder how Lynda's business is doing now.
I'll
Retired?
check. Tarq introduces Michaele. He ding ding dings. And he has like a thing of champagne and a saber. And Lynda goes, leave it to Tarq to make it all about him.
And then Michaele takes the mic and she's like, just want to say, Paul, been an amazing friend, an amazing person, but the most amazing friend to me. Okay, happy birthday, Paul.
Happy birthday, Paul.
He's been an amazing friend to all, but most of all me.
And then
He's very bridesmaids.
it was. And then Paul makes a speech, and you just hear Michaele in the background going,
Oh, yay, yay.
and Paul's like, my whole life when I was a kid, I never fit in. The boys teased me. I never thought I'd find my place, but I have amongst all of you women that I'm friends with. And your
Gorgeous,
husbands."
gorgeous friends.
And Michaele,
Oh, yay.
and then Tarq goes, okay, I'm going to saber the champagne now, everyone. And Lynda just immediately goes, no, get away from me. And she walks over and he points it at her.
And he sabers it onto her.
And so she has like froth on her.
I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
She handles it with grace and class. But then she
Gets the last laugh.
gets the last laugh. She goes right up to Tarq and Michaele, and she's talking to them, and she goes, now tell me more about wine. Is there good Virginia wine? Like, how can we compete with California?
She goes, tell the truth. Can it compete with California?
And then you hear Michaele just faintly go, oh, Virginia wine's the best.
I love, it's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best.
It's really the best. I think it's the best. And he's like, you should come sometime and taste it.
Taste beer.
Yeah. It's
Do a
literally,
fake tasting.
It's a
You should come sometime and pretend to taste it on camera.
You should come sometime and play the.
he goes,
That is their game.
I know.
They play games at that vineyard.
They're full of tricks and like they're silly. They play silly games.
They're just pushing. I think their entire vibe as a couple is just seeing how far they can actually take it, and
Yeah.
until someone raises the flag.
I think Tarq must have like wooed her really hard, and like she was from like a different like bracket of wealth in her, and he just like showed her, I can show you the world, and then because he's not really a looker, so she was like, okay, I'll.
It's very Dorit and PK.
Yeah, and then she realized very quickly, like, they probably got married really fast, and then she realized quickly, like, oh shit, he's basically Swiss cheese. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, well, I gotta play the part now.
Tareq's on Instagram. Guess how many followers he has?
How many?
502,000. Fake. They have to be. Let's see his
Totally.
engagement. I don't know, actually.
Wow.
He's still playing polo.
500,000 followers?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, he's getting like 14,000 likes per post.
What? I guess the White House crashing was
Maybe he's like a big
polo guy?
polo guy.
All
His posts have this almost the same amount of
They're
likes.
fake.
It's like 14,371. Oh, good question. I think no comments.
They're fake. He's continuing this charade.
Wait, this is amazing. He 0 comments. Oh, he has 2 on his most recent one. 14,273 likes and 2 comments.
Bots.
This
The
is
bot king.
the fucking bot king of Instagram.
He's literally like all the like election interference is through Tarq's followers.
This is incredible. Each post has 14,000 comments and either 0 or 14,000 likes and either 0 to 2 comments.
Incredible.
God. But he is posting pictures of a raw bar. I do like that.
And then Lynda brings up Michaele that she thinks she has an eating disorder.
In front of Paul.
Yeah.
So they duke it out in front of Paul on Paul's special birthday.
And Michaele goes, no.
She goes, no. I don't think this is appropriate.
Why would you say something like that? You just got to change your energy.
She's like, this is a very mean spirit. Very mean spirit, Lynda.
And Lynda goes, I said when you're with her, feed her a burger and fries. Goodbye. And then goes off to the bar where she raises a glass and she goes, this is only the beginning, and takes a big sip. And I was like, Lynda's going to take this bitch out.
She has a score to settle with the Salahis. Maybe the Salahis and her family have been warring for like generations.
I need to know. Tarq's Instagram presence. This is him now.
He looks like the guy in
looks like
Independence Day that gets like suffocated by the alien. You know what I'm talking about? He gets strangled.
The scientist?
Yeah. And he's like,
He goes, release me. Release.
that's literally what he looks like.
He is in a release me era.
Michaele's like, damn, I dodged that.
Wow. Okay, we now have to find Michaele.
They have a joint Instagram.
That's so sweet. Neil and Michaele.
Is it Michaele or Michaela?
Michaele. But I think her man is also a bit of a bot king because he has 1.4 million followers. And then he's getting like 6 comments on his.
Look.
987 likes. His likes are low.
Baby boomers be botting. She looks like Jeffree Star.
She does look like Jeffree Star. Wait. It's just, there's many posts that are just this static.
You know what, though? She loves to live in hotels. She loves tour life. Like, wow.
God, she really does have like good boomer energy.
Incredible.
Is she boomer? Is she like Gen X?
She's like Gen X. Wow.
Oh, look.
Yeah, they're happy.
Have they been together for 15 years? She found her man.
She did.
Her person. Wow.
Can
you imagine?
Neil Sean.
God.
She ran off with him.
She did. She fled.
She fled. She was like, I'm out of here.
She took to the road.
The vineyard. But for now, she's stuck in the vineyard of woe.
She's stuck in a dry ass vineyard with straw and like red grapes.
Damn. Now her guy is like $40 million.
That's his like net worth. I have a lot of deep diving to do because I need like articles and I need answers. Ooh, thank God there's a Reddit post. Can't wait to dig into that.
Well, guys, we hope you're enjoying this revisit of
old RHODC.
I think it's just like with everything with the election coming.
It's an election year, so we simply had to go to DC.
We had to return to DC.
What do you love about America?
But let's do our favorite.
God,
Americans
we'll
and
just
non-Americans.
shout out our favorite Americans from all over the United States
and the world.
and it's even global.
Global.
And then some we have no idea where they're from. And that too is fabulous.
Fabulous.
Goodness gracious, we'll start at the bottom. Jeffrey Pratimer. God, he's been here since the beginning.
He's a day one.
RJ. Katie the sup lawyer. Jenny from Minneapolis. I don't care for Minneapolis. Kim Lucas. My God, Emily. Nick Sedaris. David from Switzerland. Love Switzerland.
I love to go to Stad.
God, patron of the farts. Disgusting. Orlando. Reminds me of Orlando, a disgusting American city.
Terrible American city.
It's 100 years old. Hillary from Chicago.
Hillary from Chicago.
Kit Moore.
Kit Moore.
Kathy West.
Kathy Beast.
Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey.
Cheeseburger Bay.
Cheeseburger Bay.
Such a filthy name.
Filthy, disgusting
God.
juice.
Owsley Robinson.
Owsley.
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
Paltry place.
Paltry Los Angeles.
God,
Terrible.
Matthew Thomas.
Gaudy place. Matthew Thomas.
Rogue Stanley.
Rogue.
Timothy Shield.
Timothy Shield.
Sheinbaum Realtor.
Shield.
Mike Earhart.
Mike Earhart.
Katie Sulin.
Katie Strulin.
Mary.
Mary.
Mazeltov Laws.
Mazeltov Laws.
Jessica Hernandez.
Jessica Hernandez.
Lady Swamp, which gives no fucks.
Please
Oh God,
give a fuck
swamp. Ugh.
About me. Ugh, I hate the
God,
swamp.
I hate
So
a swamp.
humid and horrible.
Oh God, awful. Bridget Wasowski.
Bridget Wasowski.
Dilly McMillie.
Dilly McMillie.
Andrea Sevilla, Mother
Andrea
God of
Sevilla,
Toledo's
Mother
Old
God,
West End. God, what's with all these Clevelanders?
These Clevelanders, I've never been there, never want to go there.
Gerd, Queen of Brooklyn.
Good Queen.
Rachel Knight.
Rachel Knight.
Lilia Farrell.
Really Farrell.
Brooke Johansson.
Brooke Johansson.
Oh, finally some respite in Lucy from London.
Love, thank you so much, Mike.
Please tell
Let's
London
meet.
I said hello.
Please tell them, give my regards to
God,
Herod,
Sarah Elizabeth from Boston.
to Boston.
Gina Sapienza,
Gina
obviously.
Sapienza.
Miss Ryan and Mr. Gillian, also from Cleveland.
From Cleveland.
Happy birthday, Castor Jorgensen.
Happy birthday.
Emily Vaughn.
Emily Vaughn.
Sophie from Cleveland.
Sophie from Cleveland.
Obviously.
Obviously.
DJ Brew Brew.
DJ Brew Brew.
Makeup Fresh.
Makeup Fresh.
Alex Delisle.
Alex Delisle.
Pia from Australia.
Pia from Australia.
Wow, an international crew.
Wow, I guess I have more respect for you. You've transcended the confines of the American experience.
What's your favorite thing about America?
Mine?
Yes.
Leaving.
Goodbye.